All right, welcome back to Humpdays, everyone. We got a fun episode for you.
Diddy is a diddler.
The diddles got caught diddling.
P.Diddy is a freak, and I guess
Super freak.
I guess like celebrities and Hollywood elites are like into drugs and sex. Like it's kind of shocking.
Big surprise. Big
Some
surprise.
shocking allegations here.
Well, it turns out P. Diddy, or Diddy, or isn't he known as AKA Love now? He calls himself Love.
Oh, really?
I think he's going by Love because that was his album that came out. So he has this big lawsuit going on right now.
Yes.
And it's against the guy who produced like 9 songs, his new album, Love, because he followed him around for like while they're making this album.
Yeah.
And it turns out like Diddy is a freak. Like he's the black Epstein.
Yes.
Like he has cameras all over his apartments, like all over his houses. Every house he has, there's cameras in it.
Yeah.
And he has all these parties where like he just has these girls naked around, just giving people drugs, and like he's roofing people and like taking videos of other musicians doing gay stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, we just blew through all of the allegations right there, right off the top. But you're right.
Well, that's it. Like it's
tons of cameras. Apparently, some diddling allegations for a lot of underage stars that we know of. Allegedly,
this is a comedy podcast. Everything's allegedly.
Yeah,
This is all
parody,
entertainment.
all parody. But allegedly, it was our Biebs.
Justin Bieber as well.
A little Bieber, our Canadian icon. Then Usher, who, probably brought Bieber into the whole thing.
That's true. Well, Usher makes sense because you saw the Super Bowl. Like he was way too good on roller skates not to be gay.
He's too well dressed.
He's too well dressed. Those costume changes were too on point.
Yeah, he's clearly, that's not straight men over that age.
He wasn't coerced. He wasn't coerced to do anything. He was
my
just
God.
like,
Allegedly. Yeah, I mean, these allegations are pretty gross.
Well, the Justin Bieber one, you did touch on that, but like there is that famous video clip where like they're talking together on camera.
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my numbers.
And Diddy confronts me. He's like, "Yo, why aren't you returning my calls? Like, what's going on? You don't want to hang anymore?"
Why are we hanging out anymore?
And that was Diddy was like 41 years old, and Justin Bieber was 15. And, and Bieber's just like, I know you've been trying to like get a hold of me, but like, you don't have my number. Do you want my number? Like, that's why, like, he's just shying off, like, don't touch me again, because I guarantee, like, Diddy was handsy with him, like put his hand in his lap, like, yo, what's wrong?
Yeah, it's so bizarre for like a 40-year-old to talk to a 15-year-old that way. Like, why aren't we hanging out anymore?
Why a 41-year-old say to a 15-year-old, "Why aren't you returning my calls?"
Yeah.
It's because you tried touching my dick, bro, and I'm 15.
Oh my God.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
No,
and
he was
it's
15.
on camera.
It's on camera. You were being a creep on camera.
It seems like that was the way to get into the Hollywood elite circle for him. I feel like Epstein was like politics more so, like politicians.
Well, the history of Diddy, yeah. So he was just an intern at a record company, and then he got fired, and then all of a sudden, at the age of 24, he's the head of Bad Boy Records. And you know how he did it? Well, as he was interning, the head of the studio that he was a part of was Clive Davis, and Clive Davis is a famous music producer. Like, he's been involved with like Aretha Franklin, Brooks and Dunn, Aerosmith, like the list goes on, Grateful Dead. And
no way.
And now recently it's come out that he is gay. Like, he's been photographed with a lot of black men on boats.
Like P. Diddy.
No, Clive Davis.
Oh.
Clive Davis. So he was the money that backed Diddy. So he was like, "Hey, like let me tell you about like sexual bribing."
Yeah.
He's like, because that dates back as well. That was like, because Clive Davis is part of like it kind of dates back to like the whole America is kind of based on sexual bribery.
Yeah.
Like sexual blackmail, because like it goes back to like the FBI. The start of the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover, he started the FBI, but he was secretly gay. So the head of the Jewish mafia, Meyer Lansky, had a photograph of J. Edgar Hoover blowing his assistant, which was his assistant was like his boyfriend.
Okay, yeah.
And then Meyer Lansky's like, "You better do what I say, or I'm gonna tell everyone." He's like, and then J. Edgar Hoover's like, nah, like I want in on this fun. So he said, why don't we team up and we'll just get all these politicians doing gay stuff together, and then we'll photograph it and then just bribe them and just do whatever the hell we want.
Blackmail them.
Just blackmail the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And then also not only that, but then they promote laws and rules that make it taboo to be gay. So the more taboo stuff that they do, like the more they don't want it coming out.
Yeah. They say, they say that like Hollywood elites sell their soul to the devil, and it's like, that seems so crazy and whimsical, I guess, and out there, but it's true that they are kind of like selling their soul, doing things like sleeping with underage kids, committing crimes,
Doing drugs.
Yeah,
Blowing dudes.
It seems like every conspiracy is like just
Yeah,
straight up true.
Just a terrible
There's
place.
that phrase like the crazier it sounds, the more like the truth sounds crazy. Like it's probably true.
Yeah.
The crazier it sounds, the more true it probably is. Something like that. And I agree. It's like
Yeah. So they took
Yeah.
that idea and then applied it to the music industry. So they had all these rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want a Grammy? Well, you got to blow another dude.
Well, also what's kind of coming out from this whole thing is this idea that Hollywood is a propaganda branch, basically, of the government. So in a way, they are kind of political figures or arms, right? The Entertainment Kat Williams went on Joe Rogan and did this whole expose saying that, you know, the Hollywood isn't really to entertain you. That's sort of like a nice part about it, but it's really to like influence and push forward propaganda. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, that's true. Like, Kat Williams is right. Like, it's
Kat Williams is
2024,
right.
and
Kat
Kat
Williams
Williams is
is
the
right.
beacon of truth.
And you know who else is right is Kanye.
Kanye is
Kanye has spoken out about this too.
Yeah.
I had he said that that he was a Fed, right? So it's not like that P.Diddy was a Fed.
Yeah.
And 50 Cent made many awkward comments about how
Puffy's gay.
yeah. He's like that guy's gay.
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 Notoriously gay.
And there's nothing wrong with being
Not at all.
gay.
Unless you're trying to bribe people.
Trying to bribe people and normalize and
Blackmail
force
people.
it upon people.
Force it, blackmail people. Yeah, because he forced it on people that weren't gay necessarily, that didn't
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah.
And that was his thing. But like in Kat Williams, yeah, it was true. Like Kat Williams was right. It's like, if P. Diddy asks you to party, you say no.
I actually do think that's the most bizarre part of this is that people are just like, oh yeah, I'll come to your party. He called them freakouts,
Yeah.
right? And he said, and there was like, allegedly, he had staff, you know, like almost like another Ghislaine Maxwell lady. Her name, what was her name? Her name was Christina Coram, I believe.
Yeah.
And her job was to keep Diddy high. That was basically her job. And she would like lace all of the alcohol at these parties with these underage girls and boys.
He'd roofie them, yeah.
Basically, I mean, it wasn't totally roofie, but keeping them really, really
Yeah.
high, like on a mixture of crazy drugs. And they'd pour it into the alcohol. And she was like, yeah, that was her job, was just to keep everyone high all the time. So, like, in a way, like, is Diddy maybe even a victim? Is he, yeah, that's what is also coming out. Is he an arm of, like, is he in with the feds?
Yeah, he's being controlled. He's also being controlled, but he loves the fact that he has also that level of control. He's not the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
He's not at the very, very top, but like he's up there. Like he is like it was his idea to get that close, to have Justin Bieber sleep in his bed. Like it was like that wasn't like someone told him to do that.
Yeah. But the craziest thing is that apparently there are cameras in his bedroom too.
Yeah.
So it's like there's cameras everywhere, and there's no doubt that he's been caught doing things too, right?
Yeah.
So there must be tons of blackmail, even the most blackmail on Diddy. No,
Yeah, probably he's done some freaky shit. But
that's
I think
the most confusing part about this whole lawsuit to me.
that's true. If he goes, but he might. Yeah, that's true because he might go to jail and get Epstein in jail. Like it's just like. But also, I don't think he would mind all the stuff that would happen to him in jail. He'd probably have a good time. Like, oh no, don't all hold me down at once. Oh, and especially don't let the biggest guy go first.
Oh my god. He's gonna love it.
He's gonna love it.
He's not gonna off himself.
Oh, he's gonna make the best turlet wine. He's gonna lace that stuff. Come over myself some turlet wine.
So allegedly,
Allegedly.
aside from all of the sex parties and all of the blackmail side of things and being kind of an arm of the Hollywood elites, he was also allegedly in with the police and murdered a few
Yeah,
people. So
so-
he murdered Tupac.
Tupac.
B.I.G.
So maybe Biggie. He had something to do with Biggie,
Biggie?
but he is named in the hit on Tupac. He does think that
Yeah.
like people do think like he had something to do with that hit because
Yeah.
they all wanted to, Biggie and Tupac both want to leave the record label because they know they're getting screwed over by these guys like Clive Davis. And so he does, and Puffy also has a fixer. Like there's a show called Ray Donovan on Showtime where it's like he's this guy who's a fixer like to the Hollywood elites, like like, if someone killed someone or something,
Okay,
they get rid of
yeah.
the body and stuff like that. And Diddy had a guy like that who was very famous for knowing to getting people off with the cops. Like when there was a shooting recently, like Diddy got cleared of all that stuff. Like all like he was just all the evidence was gone. Like when the cops arrived, it was just
They
like
said it was
cleaned
like
up.
a drive-by.
They said it was a drive-by when
Yeah.
really it was a shooting. So he does have a fixer, but this should be for like another episode. But like his fixer, it was head of Michael Jackson's security.
No.
Like just a year, like
Wow.
just 1 year as like when Michael died. So like just that last year of his life, he was his security guard. So there's speculation that he has something to do with his death
Wow.
because he wanted to leave his record label as well. He always did. Michael always wanted to leave his record label. That's why a lot of people think that is why they started calling him a to cover up all their bonus.
No.
Yeah. That is
Wow.
that's Michael had to take it for the team.
Huh.
But we'll talk about that in another episode. But this one is all about Puff Daddy, and this lawsuit is hilarious because what with this one is like they're not allowed to say in a law. You're not allowed to say in a lawsuit like I have hours of evidence
Yeah.
unless you have it.
Yeah.
But they're saying he has hours of evidence, and they're like, well, how do you have it? And he's like, well, Diddy would just make me film it on my phone. Like,
There was no security. He's too high to direct
it was just like
anything.
It's just like that's the craziest
This
part.
is like Little Rod.
There's this little Rod.
Yeah.
Was it
Rodney
Rodney Jones? Rodney
Jones.
Jones. So Rodney
Rodney
Jones is the one
Jones.
suing him. He's a producer, and he's like, and he was saying like, yeah, there's a couple parties where he roofied me, and I would wake up next to a prostitute, or one time he roofied me, and I woke up naked next to him, or sometimes he would be showering and just naked around me all the time, just trying to coerce me into having sex. And he said, you know, if you just like blow me, like you'll get a Grammy. Like it's like you'll for sure get a Grammy. Like ask Usher. And there was this producer that he really admired.
Allegedly Usher.
No, not allegedly Usher. Yeah, allegedly Usher. But there was a producer that this guy admired.
Yeah.
Rodney Jones, Lil Rod.
Little Rod. They all have like the funnest little
Yeah.
names. They're like little P.Diddy.
Yeah,
little
Puffy.
Puffy. It's just like just throws you off a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon.
If anybody's name sounds too adorable, it's luring in children.
That's true. So Diddy wanted to see Lil Rod's Big Rod a lot. So like he just kept like coercing him, like, come, you'll get a Grammy, just let me see it. And then there's this producer that Lil Rod really admired. And Diddy's like, oh, you like that producer? He's like, well, have a look at this. And he showed him a video of that producer he admired blowing another dude.
Oh my God.
He's like, see, everyone does it.
And then he airdropped it to him.
Yeah, he airdropped. Yeah, he did. No, I think that's what happened. He airdropped him, so that there's all this evidence that he just like.
It's willingly
So he
handed
wasn't
over.
really like that under. It wasn't like this
He got
expose.
too comfortable.
It wasn't like an expose where it's just like, it's not like a Donnie Brasco thing where like I'm gonna infiltrate the mob. I'm like gonna get in there. It's just like this guy's just giving you mountains of evidence against him.
How many hours do we need for a lawsuit too? Oh, I have 7.
I have like 100 hours
100 hours.
of just like
Footage of just pure crimes.
just crimes and guns.
When
and,
do you kind of decide to give your resignation in that kind of situation? Like, how long do you just
Did he?
keep getting?
Well, I think he's
no,
got-
Rodney Jones.
Oh, well, because the album came out and it flopped, and like it's like, all right, well, my music career is not going anywhere. Let's sue for $30 million. And that's what he's doing.
No, now. But I mean, like for years, being his right hand man,
Well,
producing these albums.
It was
like,
just one album, so it was just
witnessing all of these crimes.
it was just
Oh,
during
just
this.
one
It was
album.
just during this one
So he got in
last
and out.
album. So it's
Okay.
in and out.
Okay.
So it was a new guy coming in.
There's
That
no loyalty.
there's this new guy coming in, and Diddy just couldn't crack him. He's like, everybody just cracks. Just do gay stuff with me, bro.
Yeah. He was
He's like, no,
apparently,
I'm married. I'm a Christian man. I do not want to do this stuff.
apparently he said in the lawsuit that Diddy would keep saying homosexuality is normal. which
You're the
which,
weird one.
like, it is true. It is normal. I wonder if these things were happening now, if that would even be blackmail. Like, honestly, I think if you were caught doing gay stuff, like, you might gain more of an audience as a Hollywood elite.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
It's more trending now.
yeah, I'm surprised more of them
But
don't do it for the attention.
back then,
No, it
it would have
wasn't.
been very bad if Bieber launched his career as a gay man. It would be horrifying. It'd be like what happened to Ellen. It was a very
That was
different
in
time.
the 90s, yeah. Well,
Very
she was
different
already
time.
established. Well, yeah, and that back in the 90s, like that's why they kept going hard on the gangster rap, where it's like you had to be really hard with it. These guys talking about being really hard,
Be
doing
really
gay
hard
stuff
with an adorable name.
with an adorable name,
Yeah.
and then but like you have to like do gay stuff on camera, so he can control you, so you don't leave the record label.
And do like tons of drugs and just go. So would you go to the party? Would
Yeah,
you go to the party?
100%.
You would?
Yeah, why not? It's a cool party. Well, he used to have these massive like they were called white parties, so like everyone dressed in white. That's where the idea came from. Puffy did that.
Oh.
Diddy did that. So it was like all these cool celebrity parties in a mansion in the hills.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in Beverly Hills. And there was just, yeah.
How hidden could a camera have been back then too?
Well, that's what I was wondering about the whole, like, back in the 30s when they started with the FBI. Like, how did how did J. Edgar Hoover get caught when it was like those big ones where you have to pull the cord and it goes, poof. Oh, the camera's there? I was getting blown. Like, you had to notice the big thing getting set up.
Yeah.
Or like someone just hand drawing.
Yeah, like the sound recorder would be like, it just seems so.
No,
I feel like you'd notice at least one camera in a toilet.
that's true.
It's like what pure white.
Yeah. But I guess if I did go to one of those if I could go to one of those white parties, I would try to like just stay close to someone that's like extremely famous. Because then if I get roofied, I get caught doing something with them.
Yeah.
So
Then your career goes
I get caught doing something with Leo, and it's just all right. Well, that'll actually look good if that comes out.
Yeah. True. You'd want to make sure it was by someone famous, not freaking
Pauly Shore or something.
Rodney Jones, the producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, would you have any if you went into that party and you saw, just like a lineup of like little girls and little boys? Wouldn't you be like a little bit?
Well, yeah,
confused?
that would, but I don't think that's like the first room you walk into. That's not like the entrance. It's like
No,
little
it's
boys
true.
with their dongs out.
That's true. That's true.
Justin Bieber in there naked.
It's all subtly
Going,
lured in
"Baby,
as you get
baby,
drunker and
oh."
drunker.
Yeah. That's like you have to go either go all the way up to the last floor, up top of the main bedroom or the basement.
So do we kind of look into, like, I wonder if the media seems to be covering this up because it seems to be kind of a part of that revealing of like the Hollywood blackmail ring,
Yeah.
right? Do you think that?
Well, because it's all connected. So it's the record labels are connected. So the record labels own the media. So it's like it's just all one big machine. So it's just like if they want to push an artist, they give it to this source of media to push out into the world. So it's just like who's going to cover that if you own it? If you own that arm of the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
like one arm of the entertainment industry owns the other arm of the entertainment industry. So why would they talk about their skeletons in their closet?
No, exactly.
So it's like that's why they're not talking about it. But that's the great thing about the internet now is
Yeah.
that we have content creators where it's just like one lawsuit comes out, we could talk about it forever.
Yes.
And who would have thought 2024? I'm starting to think Michael Jackson hasn't laid a hand on a single child's penis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bold claim.
And I think by the end of the year, he will be fully cleared.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That would be
And
huge.
Puff Daddy will be in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Puff Daddy will be in jail.
I think he will be in jail.
Do you think he'll be killed in jail?
Oh, he might be Epsteined.
You think so?
But also, I think
Do you think Epstein is alive?
I think Epstein is definitely dead. But I also
Really?
Yeah, well, there are some rumors that the kids always saw the body and stuff like that. He could be back in Israel or something like that because he's part of the Mossad. But I do think, actually, I think Puffy would just have a good time in jail.
Yeah.
Like they'd throw parties. It'll be like maybe like a minimum security one. Little like be a little fun one you'll have,
Yeah.
and he'll just be the toast of the town.
They'll
there.
protect him a bit.
They'll protect him, but he's like, I'll keep my mouth shut. Like I had a good run.
Yeah.
Because I think he's gotten like away with so much over the years. Because this is like
It's
30
like,
years
it's
of
like
just
what, 3 murders, 4?
yeah, like countless murders, shootings, like
Yeah.
grapes. Cut that out.
Grapes.
Just all the diddling.
Yeah.
Just like years of diddling and videotaping people. Like he felt invincible. And this
So we
little
can't
guy.
really trust the media, but we can trust Kanye. Is
Yeah.
kind of what we're learning through this year.
Yeah, Kanye did say don't trust Jay-Z,
Mhm.
Beyonce,
Yeah.
Diddy,
Who else?
Kris Jenner.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
So he's warning us.
So do you think that?
Oh,
his-
and
yeah.
the Jews.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, and look there's a genocide going on.
Yeah. Oh my God, we have to listen to Kanye.
Yeah, he'll get us out of this mess. Kanye 2024.
Yeah,
No, it's too late. Maybe 2030.
he did try to run.
Yeah,
He tried his best. Didn't
they
happen.
did try to silence him. But I think with that whole, and that's not even the stuff that he's done with like other girls that he's dated. Like he's a mix between R. Kelly and Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein.
Who? Did he?
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's the Black Weinstein with a lemon twist of R. Kelly.
He's done it all.
He's done it
He's
all.
committed all 3.
He's committed all 3. He's infiltrated
Murder,
murder, diddling.
diddling, and
Blackmailing.
blackmailing. Do you think that Hollywood is like? I was watching Candace Owens' take on this, and
Yeah.
do you think? And she was claiming that that the Hollywood elites are trying to make pedophilia normalized.
Yes.
And you do think they're doing that?
Well, because there's people that get caught.
They're
with
all
that.
getting caught.
They got people that get caught with that stuff eventually do it again. So there was this. I saw this clip of this guy. Like it was like old school Leonardo DiCaprio when he was on the show Growing Pains. He was like a kid, and he was like getting all handsy with this one guy that worked there.
Oh.
And then it turns out that guy was charged with
Grape.
of children.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
But then he got another job. Then he got a job again with Disney. So it's not like it's just like they just didn't see that on the resume. It's just like they don't care. So he got a job with that at Disney. And then I forget what the guy's name was, but a kid from Nickelodeon just now said, "Hey, that guy."
Drake and Josh.
Yeah,
guy?
Drake, the Drake
Yeah,
guy.
he just came out.
He just
too.
came out and said that guy diddled me. And it's like that guy originally diddled DiCaprio.
Oh, really?
So DiCaprio was like the original one. Because you could, we'll put up the
Dan
clip.
Schneider or
We'll
someone
show,
else?
someone else. We'll put up the clip.
It's the latest, hottest, hunkiest teen idol there is.
Yeah, muscles,
Look, speaking of
drawings.
show us the little drawings. Oh, the
You
little
see him?
drawings.
We draw drawings of each other. Brian is the famous artist, and we always make fun of each other and portray each other in silly, satirical ways.
Leo's job on this set, for some reason, is to make fun of me all day long.
This clip right here is just him and DiCaprio being all flirty together and handsy.
Ooh.
It was really gross. And he's just had his way around child stars throughout his career in Hollywood. And obviously, it's not like you just do it once.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like if you can do the best one, the top prize. And that's the thing. They always pounce on single moms with kids.
Yeah.
And that's what DiCaprio was. So that's why he's
Oh,
an arm of the
really?
government. Like he's allowed to do whatever. That's why he can't have kids or be married. He's just like he's an arm of the government. He drives his yachts.
You don't
goes-
think he just has like a obnoxious personality?
No, I think he's just. I think when that happens at such a young age, I think he's like kind of broken, but kind of like I'm just gonna numb it out. I can just have my yachts. Maybe these beautiful women. Maybe I am a little bit gay too. I have all this trauma. Just numb it with yachts, drugs, private airplanes.
But he's been on that numbing game for like 10 years.
Well, I mean, that's what they ask him to do. You like doing movies, you can do your movies, but also you have to do this. You have to just talk about all the talking points we want you to talk about, and we'll let you do the yachts and the planes and the women.
Well, what can we learn from this?
Listen to country music. Like that. If there's any, what would be the propaganda in country music? Be nice to your
is there a
girl.
ring?
Be nice to a girl. Love your truck. Don't cheat, or she will kill you.
Don't be gay.
They don't say that in country music.
Not anymore because of Casey Musgraves.
What did they say before?
Well, I just mean it's implied.
It's implied.
Because they only sing about a girl
They want to sing about a girl
or a guy.
or a guy.
There's only like heterosexual romances.
Well, we have
is sung about.
what's his name did Gay Country.
Who?
Old Town Road.
Oh yeah. But that wasn't really country.
Felt country.
He
to
was
me.
just a rapper.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was close enough.
sampled on featured on a country-esque song. But I wouldn't even say that was a country song.
Okay.
I don't know if it was played on country radio.
Probably not.
Only pop.
Only pop radio.
It was like a pop song with a country spin.
Okay, well, who would you say is least propagandized music-wise?
Out of all of the...
Well, I picked country because if it is propaganda, it's like a good message.
Out of all the genres, because I was just going to
Yeah.
say like maybe Kanye now.
Well, yeah, Kanye. Do you think Drake did anything with anybody? Because he started off in a wheelchair and now he's like at top of the
He
world.
could have,
How did that
for
happen?
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
You were the wheelchair guy in Degrassi.
Yeah.
Now that you're the guy that everyone bangs
Well,
to.
he was the rapper in Degrassi.
He was in a wheelchair.
I think you're underestimating the power
Of
of
Degrassi?
Degrassi.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not as powerful anymore. All those people on Degrassi now, I don't know them, but it was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
Did you watch Degrassi growing up?
I watched the original Degrassi with like Joey Jeremiah, the guy with the hat,
Yeah.
and but
So
yeah,
you went back and
they had actually it was ahead of its time because they had actually a lot of lesbians on there and gay guys.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
it's
really good.
like super ahead of its time. That show's revolutionary.
Yeah, and they had to shut it down. That's revolutionary.
What time are we at? Does it say at the bottom?
The red.
28.
Okay. Well, that's perfect. So, best genre for music to not be like propagandized. Best genre of music so you're not propagandized.
Latino.
Yep.
Well, actually, who knows?
That's good. Well, yeah.
Salsa.
Okay. If you're white, Latin music is perfect because you don't know what they're saying. So just move to the beat.
True. No brainwashing can happen
Yeah.
if you can't understand it.
And country's good too. So be nice to your woman. Good to your family. Good to Jesus. Good to your truck.
What do you think? Do you think P. Diddy is innocent or
Diddy?
guilty?
And why do you think he's guilty? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. Thank you guys. Happy humping.